Everybody, welcome to the Junkyard. It's getting close to Halloween, so I thought I'd be watching some supernatural shows. Okay, past 2 days I just got done binge watching the whole Twilight saga, which you saw the intro and name of this title. Yes, I am a straight guy that likes Twilight. I always like vampire movies, werewolves, monsters, and I thought since it's getting close to Halloween, why not just watch a bunch of movies and give my opinions. But this, I'm doing all the Twilights, because to me, I've read the books. See, I read the first book. Well, actually, here's how it began. I watched the movie. Well, you know how they say books have more than what the movie has. So, I got the book. Read the book. Had to get the next book, so on, so on. Except the last book I did not buy. My manager and his girlfriend at the time at Pizza Hut bought me the last book. But I'll tell you more about that. Okay, let's talk about the first movie. I like how, you know, she sees Edward for the first time. She's over heels for him and everything. Finds out the clues. And found out he was a vampire. I like it when she went in the woods with him by herself and told him, you're a vampire. And all that. Then the sort of, then it gets to the fight scene where Edward and James was fighting. It was very, very interesting. But let's go on to New Moon, which I am not going to tell you that much about New Moon because I saw it one time. I saw it one time all the way through. I've got the movie now, so I watched the first part, then a little bit of the middle, and then the end. I don't like it when they break up. But the funny thing is, I did go see New Moon at the theater. But here's the kick. You remember me telling you about the manager and his girlfriend who bought me Breaking Dawn? Well, her and her friend that also worked at Pizza Hut wanted to go see it. Well, they was both wanting their boyfriends to take them to go see it. They didn't want to. So the manager asked me, if I go with the girls, would I go, watch the movie, and he pay my way? Sure. So technically, I went on a date with 2 girls to go see Twilight New Moon. Which probably wasn't really a date, but, you know, I went to the movies with 2 girls. Who can say that? But the bad thing is, when I was at the movie theater, they both had to go to the bathroom at the same time. Why do women do this? Don't know. But I had to hold both their purses. So I was the only guy in the theater holding 2 purses. Yeah. But I liked the part where, you know, she's trying to see Edward again, and she's doing all this stuff, you know, dangerous stuff, just to see him again. I like the cliff diving part. But I like it when she finally finds out about Jacob. She went to his house. Well, she didn't really find out really surely, but she went to his house, wanted to speak to him. His dad said, no, he's not here. She said, I gotta see him, and went past him and found him asleep in his room. And then see all the other guys in the distance. So she went out, confronted him, knocks the living crap out of Paul. And then he turns right in front of her. She starts running. Jake comes out. She goes, run, Jake, and he runs. Jumps over her and changes, and they fight. And then, after all that, I like it when they went to Sam's girlfriend's house. Sam's girlfriend comes, so you're the vampire girl, and she goes, you're the wolf girl. And then I like that part, but I do like where, you know, she comes to Italy to save Edward, and then facing the Volturi for the first time. And then I like it where, you know, she wakes up in her room, Edward's there. See, I've also read the book. Now, I gotta say this. Part of the book, you know, when Charlie comes in there and everything, Edward said, you know, he said Charlie told him that he couldn't come back to the house and everything. Oh, and in the book, Bella gets mad and she storms off and threatens to leave and everything. Oh my God. But then, yes, I like the voting part where they had to, she wanted the family to vote. Rosemary was the only one that voted no. Well, and Edward. Let's see. And then, well, and I also like it when the wolves beat Laron. Okay, so now we'll go to Eclipse. Oh yeah, oh sorry, going back to New Moon. I like in the movie when he pranked her about her birthday, her having a gray hair, and she freaks out. Okay, now we'll go to Eclipse. Yeah. An army of newborns from different Victoria. She's a pretty good actress. Getting a guy who used to live in Forks. I guess he was going to college at the time. But yeah. Let's see, what else can I remember about that movie? God, my mind. Oh yeah, the fighting scene with all the wolves and everything, that was good. But if you notice, okay, at this time, they were doing a thing, are you Team Edward, Team Jacob? I always said I was Team Bella. Because either way, Bella's going to win. See. Whoa! Got my Bella Foco Pop. And I got the Edward Foco Pop. Like I said, I'm a Twilight fan. Okay, I like that scene when they was up in the mountains and he was asking Edward questions and they were answering, and then they said they will have a truce for now. And then when Jacob found out that they're engaged, oh yeah. And then Edward at the bottom of his breath saying, well, this is in the book. It's over. But playing that game, I like where she goes, I'm Switzerland! And everything, and see, what they didn't do, that they did in the book when Charlie separated the two, was, you know, he said, okay, does Bella want to press charges for Jacob doing that? Or was it, if Jacob wanted to press charges because Bella hit him? But I wish they would have said, I need a baseball bat. Yeah. That was funny. But I didn't like it when the Victoria killed that one girl at the end. But then, you know, Jacob got hurt. Dr. Collins went to the Indians' land and was able to treat Jacob. Everything's okay. And then Bella went in there and Jacob was trying to play Mr. Tough Guy and stuff like that. Did not quite work. But she pretty much told him it's always going to be Edward. No matter what. Let's see. Okay, we'll go to Breaking Dawn. Now, this is one of my favorites. Because the book, I wish they would have put this in there, but they didn't. But in the book, they start Bella in a driving scene. Okay, and, you know, she was stopping at a red light. Everybody was looking at her because supposedly her truck tore up in the book. So, she pressed the gas like she normally would, and the car goes real quick, and then she stops, and she goes, well, I guess everybody knows who's driving it now. So she goes to a gas station to fill it up, because that's pretty much what she was doing, getting ready for the wedding, and these people were asking, ooh, can we see the car? She goes, sure. And then she's talking about, in her head, about her fiance, Edward, cars. And then she overheard them talking about 400 pounds of body armor, missile-proof windows. And she going, yeah, I'm a fragile human. I need all this. Bet you Edward and his brothers got a kick out of it. But then the wedding, where the book was a little bit, I think the wedding scene was a little bit bigger, because Bella was supposed to walk down steps, and she really didn't walk down steps in the movie. But then, you know, they got married and everything with Stephanie Myers was in all the movies, I do believe. But, let's see. Jacob about went crazy when he found out that Bella and Edward going to couple, I'll say that, in this, for their honeymoon. Which the honeymoon was interesting. I was wondering how they was going to pull that off. And then, you know, he hurt her, which they knew they was going to do, vampire human. But see, in the book, Bella was going, oh, I'll stay human if we couple again and all this, all this, all this. Till she finally tricked him. And then when found out she was pregnant, and stuff, and then she got a hold of Rosalie to help her keep the baby safe. Then they're there. Okay, I'm gonna speed this up some. I like the part where Jacob. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going too far ahead. I like the scene where, you know, she had the baby, and Edward stuck a needle right in her heart, putting his venom in. The only time he bit her was in the first movie. Well, in the but see, in the book, he's technically bit her twice. And probably, if you think about it, probably more than that. But anyway, then he bites her all over the place, and then here comes the wolves, and this is after she's gave birth, and then Edward hollers for Alice and Jasper because Rosemary was cleaning the baby. I wonder if she licked her. Licked that blood off. I don't know. I don't know how vampires would do it. Oh yeah, and there's stuff that was in the movie that, well, stuff about the books that wasn't in the movie. If you're hearing that banging, that's Jaden. Where Rosalie and Jacob gets into it. Like he was telling blonde jokes and everything, and they ask her, Rosemary, to get him something to eat. So she goes in the kitchen, they hear this beating and everything, and he looks at Edward and goes, you'll let me know if she spits in it. And they say, oh, she would not embarrass Esme like that. What she did was, she took one of those big old flower bowls, turned it into a dog dish, and I think she put Fido on it and gave him food in it. Well, he started eating it, you know, like a dog. And then, if I remember correctly, he threw it, and food got in her hair, and she looked at him with, this is in the book, looked at him with disgust and said, you got food in my hair. That was funny. I wish they had parts like that. Like in Breaking Dawn 2, when she turns to a vampire. Oh wait, before I get to that. Here they are fighting the wolves. And Jacob's pack. And Jacob comes out and says, if you kill her, you kill me. Then Jacob turns into a wolf, and then Edward says, he's imprinted on the baby. They cannot touch her now. It is their absolute law. Because in the book, it's, you know, tells about where one actually killed somebody's mate and how that wolf reacted and stuff like that. Okay, and one other thing. When Bella was pregnant with Renesmee, if you know that scene where they get blood for her to drink, if some of you's not read the book and you see Edward get up, not when he told Carlisle, not in the clear glass. he went and got that styrofoam cup. Book 1, Twilight. In the book, they were doing these lances, testing their blood type. Edward skipped class. But Bella gets sick of the smell and sight of blood. They had to take her to the nurse and everything. So that is the reason why he puts it in that cup. Because he was scared Bella was going to get sick by looking at it and smelling it. But, okay, let's get back to Breaking Dawn 2. I like it when, he finally, when Bella finally, does her vampire thing. What they did not put in the movie was her doing the backflip when Edward touches her, and she growls at him. And then the thing with the mirror and Alice and stuff like that. She finally goes hunting and stuff. Edward is so surprised. And then, okay, when Jacob finally tells Bella that he imprinted on Renesmee, oh, the crap hit the fan, didn't it? Told Edward to take Renesmee out of the room. Don't touch her. She didn't want to hurt him. And pretty much hurt Jacob, and sorry about Seth. But, okay, all that stuff. Christmas time. Seems like wait a minute, what's her name? Layla and Seth, their mother is now with Bella's father, so it's them two with Bella. I guess if they get married, Bella's step brother and sister will be Seth and Layla, which they will be aunt and uncle to Renesmee, brother-in-law to Edward. Do you kind of see how this is getting all tangled up now? It's like a freaking soap opera. I think that's what she was watching when she wrote this. But, let me tell you this other story. Jennifer and Todd went to go see Breaking Dawn 2. We didn't have enough tickets for me. And I'm the Twilight fan. They went there and then they told me about the fight scene. Okay, in the book there is no fight scene. But tell me that Kal-El got his head ripped off and all this, and oh my God, I was so ticked for the longest time until they finally told me, oh, it was one of Alice's visions. Everybody lives. Oh, I was ticked. But I hear that someone else has wrote a book about the adventures of Renesmee and Jacob and the other half-vampire, half-human boy. I don't think it'll be the same because it ain't by Stephanie Myers. But, okay, I don't know how long I've been chatting about this. Probably not long. Probably a while. So, that's it. I must be watching some of movies like the supernatural stuff for Halloween for this few weeks. So, until next time, Junk George clothes. Peace and happy Twilight.